muscles. But I got fired. You have sort of blinders on to other industries. I work within the massage industry, so it's kind of what I see here. You think it's like, no, it can't be like that in other industries, right? Like I have people who work in the tech industry, and one of my conversations with one of my tech friends is like, dude, why does everybody in the tech industry want to fight change? Like, this is software. Like, you'd think if any industry was like, let's change and change rapidly, software would be the one, and the whole business is like, no, we can't have one rogue. We have to get this whole tanker ship turned, the same way.
Right.
And Gary was talking about, dude, it was like Captain Crunch. It was like breakfast cereal or something. And they're like, yeah, we run ads at the Super Bowl. And Gary's like, but TikTok, TikTok or something. And they're like, yeah, we run ads at the Super Bowl. And I'm like, oh man, it's the same. It's not just this industry, it's all the industries. Yeah. They don't know what to do with this. Like, it's not like they haven't fully caught up yet. So even when I'm told, well, like, we can't learn online, I'm like, okay, but your kids will. Like, let's go. Like, I can't learn online.
Right. Yeah.
So it does what it does. The whole thing is, I always talk to therapists, and because of their inclinations, I talk about, did you ever watch the Care Bears as a kid?
Yeah, I did.
The Care Bear stare?
Yeah.
I'll tell them.
I sure did.
The therapists love energy stuff. I'm like, Care Bear stare. That's what this is. Care Bear stare. Just go show people what you do.
That's right.
And talk about what you care about, and like draw your following. Now, whether they're afraid of people's judgment or the negativity that may come with it, that's, a possibility. But I can't in good conscience, like, cripple them before they get started. Most of the massage therapists I talk to, in my experience, and I'm an educator, I'm teaching techniques. They don't have a technique problem. They have a business problem. They refuse. If I want to make them go to sleep after lunch, Robert's going to talk about business for 30 minutes. Oh. And here's the deal. Yeah. These are the same students who complain about class fees. This class is expensive. And I was like, I made this yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, you're hurting yourself and you can't afford continuing education. Does anybody think there's a problem? And they're like, we don't like you. We don't like you. We don't like the fact that you point out the flaws and errors. And I'm like, but those are obvious.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody see this? And they're like, no, we don't like you. And it's like, okay, you can not like me, but that just shows me who I don't want to party with. Like, the internet is not going away.
It's not.
Like, unless there's a solar flare and it's sort of, stuff just gets fried cosmically. Otherwise, I don't see how it stops. But the modern massage industry, the downside is, if individual massage therapists like us don't go out and educate, guess who does?
Right.
And I hate to say this, but it's a lot of stuff massage therapists complain about on Facebook groups every day. And I'm like, cool. You realize you just gave that person that you do not like thousands upon thousands of views. And then you went to his Instagram and commented, giving him thousands and thousands of more views, essentially promoting this person. Yeah. Because that algorithm just wants people to see it and pay attention to it. And that's what you did.
There you go.
Meanwhile, the people who actually produce educational videos, it's not entertaining enough for you.
Yeah.
Like, ooh. Anyway. So what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say that I think the way I look at industries in a whole, not just massage therapy, is that just like technology, we are constantly evolving, okay? You have to keep up with the times, because if you don't, you're going to be left way the heck back there. And that goes for technology, that goes for social media. And people, I think we know that when there's something new, there's a bunch of resistance. people don't want to talk about it. People don't want to do it. People are saying, it's not right. You're doing it, that's not the way you do things. But I think the difference between somebody who wants to innovate and recreate something out of what's already there, but just recreate it in a different way, those are the people who end up being more successful versus the ones that want to hold on tight to what has been, those are the ones that I feel get left behind. If you're not willing to evolve with your industry, with the times, you're gonna be left behind. Right now, we are in the times of social media. We are in the times of interaction. We are in the times of people getting information this way. So if we're not offering it that way, people, we'll be left in the dust. So it's either you go with the tides, or or you're going to drown.
For therapists who are getting clients, they're building practices in 2023. I don't really know exactly what the flow is, but do clients somebody in El Paso is looking for a massage therapist? Are they going to Google, or are they going to social media?
Social media first, even before Google now. Yes. And I think social media first.
What platform is the largest? Is it Instagram?
I would think right now would be Instagram. Yeah. And
then and this is the thing, I don't spend a huge amount of time fixating on this, because trying to get the therapist to start social media profiles and build social media profiles is an inordinately large business task. But I knew that the combination of I have a Google page or a website SEO, and when I say SEO, I make YouTube videos, I have a blog, I do the stuff you're supposed to do organically. It's not perfect, but it works well enough. Right. I had a client, I tell this story all the time. As a male therapist at that time, I had a home-based studio. I had a home that I had purchased with my ex-wife. And in that studio, you could tell when you looked it up on Google Maps, it was just like a residence. And I had a converted 2-car garage. And a woman came in, got a session with me. And as I was working with her on some sort of pain thing, she's like, I almost didn't come see you because I was afraid you might be a serial killer. And I just laughed and was like, well, could be. I garden organically. I could compost you in the backyard. I could get you super relaxed, Dexter style or something. And then I was like, what? Because I have a home studio. You could see it from the Google map. What got you over the hump? And she's like, oh, I watched 10 of your YouTube videos, and it was obvious you were a consummate professional. And I heard a cash register, ching, 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 and I go, yep. Money came in.
Yep.
It's she deemed it. So, do you have children, by the way?
I do.
Yeah. Do they make their own YouTube videos?
My 9-year-old has been begging for a YouTube channel for 2 years. Okay, Robert.
Now, this is the world that we live in. Yeah. And it's it's your choice. It's your kid. That's a different thing. I'm a 9-year-old wants to start a YouTube channel. The 9-year-old at a certain point was like, I want to be a YouTuber, a significant class. I want to be a YouTuber, right? Yeah. And then I've got the other side of the spectrum where they eschew social media altogether. I'm kind of in the middle. I just generally play with this stuff and see what comes out. And generally what happened was I got more exposure, more trust, and people deemed me more professional because I was on a platform that your 9-year-old wants to have a channel on. Yeah. It totally blew me away because there's no credentialing for a YouTube channel.
Exactly.
I set up a Gmail account and that YouTube channel is connected to that email address, and that's it. It's just chaos, right? It just feels like Pandora's box. But
yeah, exactly.
It did open and create business. And to this day, like I said, it's 2023. I'll teach an in-person class. the students generally hate when I talk about business, and they're like, I hate social media. They're all turning red and foaming at the mouth, and and I go, cool. And I'll do this. There's 10 students in this class. How did each of you find me? And they're like, oh, God damn it. I saw a video. I'm like, cool, where'd you see the video? And she's like, God damn it. then you had that free workbook. And I'm like, the free workbook is digital. The free workbook was like, I had people tell me that was the dumbest thing I ever did. And I'm like, there's like 5,000 people actively on my email list right now because of that free workbook I started giving away 13 years ago. But I got fired.